This is shit.
I haven't even written anything yet.
Well, it'll be shit anyway, so don't do it.
But you're the one coming up with these ideas.
We'll stop listening then.
Thank you.
No problem. You go ahead. Before making my last video, before even writing the script, when I just had the idea, there was a voice in my head that was saying, "This will be shit, so don't do it." It told me that my ideas were bad, and it doubted everything I was doing and made me second guess myself. But I didn't listen to it, and I persevered to actually make that YouTube video. It wasn't easy though. The voice was there the whole time trying to tell me not to do it. That's partly why it took so long to make. And even with this video you're watching now, the voice is still there as I'm writing and filming this. But I've learned a few things about that voice.
This voice, let's give it a name, I'm going to call it the bastard voice, is a set of thoughts that I hear in my head every time I have an idea I want to do. It pops up when I have an idea for a video, or a podcast, or even what I'm going to have for dinner. And it means that creating for me is a bit harder than I thought it would be. It tells me not to do things that I really want to do. It tells me that my videos are going to be shit, and that I'm not good enough at making videos to even try. It is uncritical in its logic, and it only wants to stop me from trying. Now, if you do hear a voice in your head telling you not to do something, don't disregard it entirely. Listen to it, hear it out. Because if you just block it entirely, you'll do shit like this. As far as I can remember, the voice has been there. How it got there, I don't know. I know it has stopped me from doing a lot of things that I wanted to do. And not just creating things, looking at job applications is a prime example. I look at the application, see the requirements, and the voice goes,
"You'll never get a job like this. You don't match any of the criteria. You don't know anything. So there's no point in applying."
But listening to it and letting it get the better of me is when it starts to actively hurt me. It stops me from creating, flat out. It tells me I can't do something and that I shouldn't try. And when I listen, it just makes me less happy. I mean, it does say some convincing shit sometimes.
What will people think? Why are you doing this? Nobody is going to care. Actually, that's quite interesting.
Wait, really?
Fuck no!
It took me about 4 years from deciding I wanted to make a YouTube video to actually making one. The voice was there the whole time, trying to stop me. But I persevered and finally did it. I did something that I didn't think I had the skill or courage to make. And I'm proud of myself for pushing through. It was a bit of a personal win for myself. I proved to myself that I could do it. And if I had let the voice win, if I had listened to it, I wouldn't be as proud of myself as I am now. I really struggle with imposter syndrome. The voice is constantly there making me second guess myself. Like I would not call myself a YouTuber at all. To me, that's too much of a lofty title. This is a problem I've had for a while and one that I'm still struggling with. And even at my real job, I feel like a fraud, an imposter. That sooner or later, I'm going to get found out for being someone different than they hired. I'm going to be found out for being me.
You are shit at this job.
And the voice is always there. Now, as mentioned before, there is a difference between an overly critical voice and, shall we say, critical instinct. It's the difference between blind, malicious criticism and constructive criticism. One goes,
"Yeah, this video is shit."
while the other says,
"It could be better, but it's your first video. It's okay to suck. The next one will be better."
Both show up in my head and I have to decipher which one to listen to. That's easier said than done. One is a lot louder than the other.
Well, you know,
Yeah,
it is
no,
the
this
first
video is
you
terrible.
really
There's nothing
know
good
the
about it. I
intricacies
mean,
of,
the
like,
script
filmmaking
isn't even
and
that
stuff,
good. He's
so,
only talking
you know,
about
you're
his
not gonna
fucking
be able
shoes.
to
I mean, oh my
incorporate
god.
that, but
Can he
I
really
think the
be
script
bothered
overall
to
is
talk
pretty
about? Oh
solid.
my god, this is the worst. You fucking suck!
I am far from the first person to notice this. Vincent van Gogh said, if you hear a voice within you say you cannot paint, then by all means paint, and the voice will be silenced. He clearly wasn't talking about a voice of caution here, but one of antagonism, a voice that flat out tells you not to do something. Old One Ear here had a solution to the problem, and that was brute force defiance. That's obviously one way you could take it, however there is other ways, I think. A way to help bolster the other voice is to get outside feedback. Surprising, I know, but it gives me ammo against the bad voice. Constructive criticism and feedback satiates the part of my brain that says what I've made is shit, while also giving me genuine things to work on, and gives me a path to a better piece of work. Honestly, feedback encourages me more than blind praise. There's always that thought of, well, they're just saying that, when someone says they like my videos. But hearing positive encouragement mixed with feedback really helps me get motivated to do more and not listen to the bad voice. It helps turn down the volume a bit. It's not even validation, just feedback of some constructive kind that I can work on. The voice is just negative, so any actual critical feedback helps. I know I shouldn't rely on outside validation, but for now at least, it helps to hear. Realistically, I can't make a big budget Hollywood film. I can barely make a YouTube video, and the type of content I want to make, I'm a good few years short in that skill set, so I can temper my expectations a bit. If I told myself every time that what I had to make had to be the most amazing video in the world, I'd never make one, because I'd be endlessly tweaking and changing and adding to one video. It wouldn't get finished. So I could tell myself, all I have to do is make something better than the last one. Doesn't matter how much better. It just needs to be better. Realistically, nobody cares. In my head, people are like, but in reality, no one really gives a shit about making these videos. Like, obviously people will say to me that they liked my videos, but very few people are waiting with bated breath for the next Sam Barnett video. With this knowledge, it doesn't matter if it's a bad video or it doesn't do as well as I wanted. It's just another one I made for me, essentially. I can tell the bad voice this, and it lowers the stakes. These videos are basically made for me, not anyone else.
I watched a video by Struthless the other day about his toothpaste theory, where he interviewed his mum, who was an end-of-life biographer, so she sat with people on their deathbed and recorded people's life stories to be put into a book. As she's talking about her job, she said that the majority of people regret not having the courage to make hard decisions. And I worry I'll regret a lot of decisions I didn't take because the voice convinced me not to. His job is to keep me safe, but being safe doesn't really let you live. The day-to-day living is safe and stable. Wake up, job, dinner, sleep, repeat. It's not where living really happens. And my voice is dialed in to try and keep me there. If it's trying to dissuade me from travelling, or trying to get a better job, or making stuff I know I want to make, I'm gonna have those regrets at the end. If I don't manage the voice and challenge it, and turn the volume down, I'll end up on that bed, telling someone I wish I had done more, but didn't, because my stupid brain told me not to. In a sense, it is an enemy, but one I am stuck with for my whole life. This voice won't go away, but equally it doesn't control me. It's not going to stop, but over time I may be able to turn down the volume and muster the courage not to listen to it. It's going to take time, effort and patience, but I know it'll be worth it.